Hello, and welcome to Wildcat Action News. I'm Delilah.
And I'm Sam.
We are starting with this week's top story. Let's go to the team for the story.
Hi, I'm Charles. Over the past few weeks, kindergarten students at Wilder-Waite have been learning the alphabet. Our kindergartners have been practicing letters, learning what sounds they make, and learning how to write them. Last week, students in KH and KS completed their alphabet practice with some exciting events. Mrs. Hines' class participated in a school-wide letter parade, and the students of KS showed off their letter knowledge with a letter fashion show. Wildcat Action News was there to catch all the fun. Let's send it to the team and to find out more about these events.
Can you tell us a little bit about the kindergarten parade?
You betcha. We are so excited to have hosted the kindergarten parade and fashion show and really all the activities that the kindergartners do to celebrate their learning. And if you can believe it, we've been in school for about 8 weeks and the kindergartners have already focused on each of their letters, which of course they'll need to know as they become readers.
All right, well, kindergarten has been working on learning their letters and their letter sounds, and KH wrapped up their unit with a ABC letter parade, and KS today, we just did our ABC fashion show. And so I have Adelaide here, and she has one of her vests, and kindergartens went through magazines and newspapers, and they had to find items that began with their letter. And there was a disaster, and everybody was shouting out different letters and sounds, really using a lot of teamwork. Adelaide, did you like making your letter vest?
Yes.
What was your favorite part?
Gluing the stuff on my vest.
Gluing the stuff on your vest. That was probably a lot of fun. All right.
One thing that I wanted to share today that really impressed me were the outfits or costumes that the kindergartners made for their parade and fashion show. So we've got Connor here with us today, and he's going to tell us a little bit about how they made those. Connor, tell us about how you made your outfit.
I think there's like piece of papers all together, and I think they were colored. And you get to pick which color you wanted.
Okay. And then finally, can you tell us a little bit about how you made your cape?
So the paper and back of it I already told you. So we had, after that, we had what letter you were. Like if you were B, you would go up and get your letter, and then you would color it or cut it out. We have heard that you have been learning about letters. What have you learned?
I learned about the letters, how to write the letters and the sounds.
What did you do today? I learned an alphabet parade, and we went through the whole school and showed our letters.
I see that you're a letter V. What words start with the V?
Vest, volcano, and violin.
Wilder-Waite kindergartners did a great job of learning their letters, and all of Wilder-Waite was excited to celebrate their process with them. Great job, kindergartners! For Wildcat Action News, I'm Charles. Let's send it back to the newsroom.
Hi, I'm Lauren with the Top Story Team. This week we have a special report from Mrs. Berg about Wildcat Dens. Let's go there now.
All right, Wildcats, exciting news. We are getting ready for our second Wildcat Den. I hope that you had a lot of fun and make great connections at our first event. And we're getting ready to move into our October activity. That will happen on Friday, October 14th. We'll gather together at the gym at 8:45. Hopefully you'll remember your den name. You'll still have your sticker as a reference, and we'll get that going just a little bit faster so everyone can be with their den by 9 a.m. When you get together, this month we're focusing on our character trait of perseverance. So your introduction activity will be to share a story of something that's been hard for you, but something that you stuck with. So start thinking now about what story you might share. Then, together as a group, we are working for each den to create a hallway greeting, a silent little signal. So when you see your fellow den mates in the hallway, you can acknowledge them. Then after that, your group can work on a sign for outside of your den. When we meet on our Fridays throughout the year, we're hoping that eventually we won't have to go to the gym and we can just say it's time for dens and you can go to your classroom. And this little sign would be right outside of your meeting space so you will know you are in the right place. Then we're going to play a little game called Hot Pumpkin, and this is really just like Hot Potato where the music plays and everybody will pass around their little pumpkin. When the music stops, whoever is holding the pumpkin will maybe win a prize, and we've got that planned for you. Then after that, we're hoping to have a little pumpkin for everybody to decorate. And then finally, you'll leave your den on Friday with a challenge to smile at least 25 people until your den meets again. So just working together to make connections in our school. Be thinking about those activities so you'll be ready on Friday. And let's get excited about our next Wildcat Den.
It's time for this week's classroom update. Let's see which class our team caught up with this week.
Hi, I'm Stella. And I'm Bran. Students in 4JC have been doing an amazing job of learning and having fun so far this year.
Mr. Corey and his students have been working hard in the classroom to make this year special.
We had a chance to stop by and see what has been happening in 4JC. What have you been learning about in 4JC?
We've been doing a little bit of everything. In math, we've been doing factors, multiples, and getting ready to learn about variables and equations. In social studies, we're doing longitude and latitude. In science, we planted some lettuce plants from our agricultural in the classroom. And in reading, we've just been doing lots of different reading. We finished Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats and Nim, and now we're starting Harry Potter.
What has been your favorite part of the school year so far?
I would have to say the nice weather outside for recess.
What have you been learning about so far this year?
In math, we've been learning multiples, and in reading, we've been reading texts, and we've been trying to summarize each paragraph.
What have you enjoyed about the school year so far?
I've liked about this school year the lunch, because at my old school, the lunch was kind of not good, and the Bosco sticks are really good.
What have you been learning about so far this school year?
We have been learning about opinion writing, and we're doing our blog papers right now.
What has been your favorite thing about the school year so far? PE and recess, and my favorite thing about recess is hanging out with my friends, and my favorite thing about PE is the football unit. 4JC is doing an amazing job this school year.
Thank you to Mr. Corey and students for letting us to stop in and see all their learning and all their fun. For Wildcat Action News, I'm Bran.
And I'm Stella. Let's send it back up to the newsroom.
Let's go to this week's lunch menu.
Man, I realized somebody didn't blow up our kitchen last week. Yeah, because now we have to cook outside.
It looks like on Monday we're having cheeseburgers. Tuesday we're having mini corn dogs. Wednesday we're having spaghetti. Thursday is chicken and waffles. And on Friday is cheese pizza. Looks good to me.
Oh, there's a storm coming. That's fine. We can cook anyway. See you next week.
We are ready to check in on a new segment brought to you by 5P. Let's go to this week's current events.
Hi there, I'm Logan, Chief Meteorologist from Wilder-Waite Grade School. Right now I'm in Hurricane Ian that took its appearance 6 days ago on Wednesday. It made landfall in Fort Myers to the Sarasota area that started moving forward to Orlando. We are going to interview some civilians that saw Hurricane Ian. Wait, why is there a flying fish? Anyway, we are going to interview Johnny Barnes, who saw the hurricane. Johnny, what did you see in this terrible sight?
There were many houses sunken in gallons of water. It destroyed many houses in the area of the hurricane. By the way, I saw a ship sailing down my street, so you're gonna have to watch out for that too. I don't know why.
By the way, hurricanes are very big masses of storms mixed together to create a terrifying storm. Wait, the flying fish is back again! Get down! Ah.
Why is there a flying fish? By the way, it spread around lots of areas in South Carolina, but it's now a harmless storm.
We'll back to the newsroom. Wait, the flying fish is back again!
It's time for this week's quick quiz. Can you get the answer?
Let's check out this week's joke of the week.
How do leaves travel from one place to another? An automobile!
That's all the time we have for this week. Thank you for joining us.
See you next time on Wildcat Action News.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I forgot. It's alright. Hi, I'm Lauren. Hi, I'm Lauren with the story team. This is a special report. Hi, I'm Lauren. Hi, I'm Lauren. Hi, I'm Lauren with the top story team. This is a special report about this week's den. What?